no names here, mate. But you better have no names here, mate, and they better not be names in your brain either. If it's on a piece of paper, it isn't you. If it's on a plastic piece of card, it isn't you. If it's in a little booklet called a passport, it isn't you. It says right in the front of the passport. Here, let me grab it. I still have the emergency one that the British consulate confirmed. Unless you know more than the British consulate, they confirmed that any use of the legal name was fraud. That was 3 years ago. Right about coming about now, right about now, because it was 2011 when my dad died. And I had to get an emergency passport, and I would have been right in the middle of negotiations right now because we ended up going to Ireland in August to bury my dad. And it was issued on... When was this issued? It was given the date. Doesn't have the issue on it. Probably does somewhere, but I'm not really that interested in that. Let me see. Yeah. Well, here we go. Now, just to, this was uncovered a long time ago, but just to read this, pay attention to this. Her Britannic Majesty's Secretary of State, there's your SOS, by the way, requests and requires in the name of Her Majesty all those whom it may concern to allow the bearer to pass freely without let or hindrance, and to afford the bearer such assistance and protection as may be necessary. Well, that's what we are. We're the water bearers, aren't we? The truth bearers. Just funny how that came into play. It's a British passport, by the way. United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, in the legal sense. Another little note to help dispel this whole all caps name versus, lowercase, uppercase. If you look up in canon law, the God aspect name must be spelled in capital letters, and now, but you'll have everybody argue that capital letters is capitis diminutio maximus, slave, ultimate slave. But then, if it's an ultimate slave, it must be an ultimate God too. You see, because you've been polarized into thinking there's only one or the other, right? That's a duality. It's simple. It really is that simple. So the thing that says that you're a slave actually says in canon law, where corporate law replaced, and of course canon law is bullshit too, but let's just keep it simple, just to show you the duality. It says right in canon law that the all caps name is the God version of you, and I understand why, because it's the upper kase, the upper spirit of creation versus the lower kase, or lower spirit of creation. You might say case, but I pronoun and say things a little different, as it matters to me. So, case or kase, a C can be a K, can be an S. So remember that. You can use whatever sounds you want. And didn't you ever wonder why it was such trouble to make sure that every child spelled the word exactly the way they were supposed to spell the word? I think that's funny, actually. It's almost like it was intentional to make sure that the spell was cast properly. Don't you think? Well, you wouldn't want to get the spell wrong, right? Not if you're trying to control a population. Yes, indoctrinate the children well.